Hi folks, thank you for joining me once again. My name is Nick, we're on the Commodore Amiga. I'm looking at a game that you might not have known existed. It's called Atic Atac, published by N.Chinnery, don't know what the N stands for, in 1991. It's a game as a kid I originally saw in a magazine, and being a big fan of the original ZX Spectrum game, I thought I would order it because it only cost a few pounds. But yeah, it's not quite like Atic Atac, but at the time I was really disappointed, but you've got to imagine it didn't really cost that much money and it wasn't a commercial release. The original ZX Spectrum game, Atic Atac, was my ultimate play the game in 1983 and would go down as a classic, one of my favourites of all time. So in the original game, you can see here we're a red circle if you recognise the original game. The map's nothing like the original either. It's like essence of Atic Atac without actually being really Atic Atac. There's music playing throughout. The original game you had a choice of 3 characters, a knight, a wizard or a serf. Here you're just this red circle. And depending on which character you chose on the original, gave you a special ability. The wizard could go through a bookcase, which added to the charm. The serf could go through a wine barrel. And the knight could go for a grandfather clock to find different pieces. But here, yes, I was a little bit disappointed back in the day because I thought the Amiga was the thing to go and I thought it was going to be much better. Interesting sound there with the guys screaming down the tunnel. Atic Atac's also come out on the Commodore 64, which is a lot better than this. It's a homebrew from 2020 by Soulcross, which was Stee86 and Tomcat. Check out the review of that. Right, now, I'm not sure many people would have had this back in the day. I was disappointed, but I didn't need to be disappointed. It's not as good as Atic Atac, but for the money, it gives you essence of that. I'd like to see a full conversion of Atic Atac, so if you know if there is one, then let me know. Right, so by pressing spacebar, you can collect keys. If you're unfamiliar with this game, the idea is you're trapped in a castle. You must find 3 pieces of the ACG key, which is typically a yellow, and then using them you escape out the front of the house. There are a number of monsters in the original game, including Dracula, Frankenstein, this spiky monster, and the mummy. The mummy guided a red key. I think those are absent from this game, and that again added a bit of charm as well. Rather iconic, I have to keep mentioning the original here, which is based on, rather iconic, there was a chicken which gradually went down, registering what your strength was, which was a really nice thing back in the day, which creates memories. This hasn't got that at all. Replace it by a rather boring energy bar, and you can replenish that energy by collecting food dotted around the house, although that does regenerate a lot more here. So N.Chinnery is obviously a fan of the ZX Spectrum. I think the copy it sold would have been based on anyone that's got a recollection of the original one, but the map's annoying because it's not the same as the original map, so I keep expecting to find stuff and it's not there. I think mushrooms turn up in rooms at random. They might stay there, they might not. I need a yellow key to get through there, or the gold key as it was called. So hopefully I can find a bit of it. Oh, there is a bit of it, there we go. That's the end of the key there. So we've completed a third of the game. I'm not sure this has got a basement, which has got a different border graphic in the original as well. Already I'm getting a little bit bored, and I don't think this would have sustained me a great deal. But anyway, if you've completed this game, let me know. I've completed 40% of it, it says there. Yes. I'm playing this through emulation, so I had to find an ADF file. If you type in aticatac.adf, you'll probably be able to track it down. But it's N.Chinnery, 1991, Amiga public domain, so it's fairly easy in the Commodore Amiga's run. What could we say then? It would have been good as free as a cover disc there, but there's no real reason why they couldn't have had better characters rather than this rather uninspiring red dot, which I guess was supposed to be the knight, because he was the one that fired the axes. Each character in the original game fires something a little bit different. It was an awesome game, this not quite so. But I hope you're finding it interesting. Now, if you watched this far in the video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, because that keeps the channel going. And also, big thank you to the members as well. We try and cover a big range of games. But if you want to see more... Oh, you start at the beginning of the game. You didn't in the original. But anyway, if you want to see other Commodore Amiga reviews, they're all in the playlist. Everyone knows how to get there, has followed the channel for a while. But to get there, click on my username, click on the channel, that takes you to the channel page, click on the playlist tab, and then Amiga there along with a load of other stuff. Now, I'm having a lack of keys. I've got the red key, which means I can go through red doors. 3 lives? Well, 3 red dots, we should say. The sounds in the original game were sort of like quite special. and that was represented on the Commodore 64 homebrew as well. Also, there's a modern day remake, well, fairly modern on the PC, Atic Atac, which is great, which we reviewed as well. And most recently on the ZX Spectrum, Melchior's Mansion, or was it the PC? I think it's on the PC. There's Melchior's Mansion, which we reviewed, but there was a Spectrum one in development, I think. I don't know how far that has got. Melchior's Mansion is really, really good. Check out that review that we've done as well, and the game too. But this is back in 1991, just 8 years after the original Atic Atac, which was, well, 40 years ago now at time of recording. 40 years ago. Hope that doesn't make you feel too old. But I'm desperate here to see the Mummy Man. You could scare him off with a leaf that you could pick up. There's not too many objects to pick up. No, there isn't any objects to pick up, is there? Other than the keys and, well, food to replenish energy, and that's about it. So, it's a good start, but it's a lackluster conversion. Shouldn't really been called Atic Atac. Maybe Atic Atac Mini, maybe. Any contact with these mushrooms, you lose more energy, and yes, I'm not enjoying myself. And as I say, as a kid, who expected too much. I felt a bit conned. Right, I want to get back to the start, so I'll let this energy go right back down because I'm stuck in the same rooms I was before. The enemies seem a little bit clip-arty. Who said that? I don't know. If you were the person that did the screen, and then comment below. I don't know why we go back to the beginning, but it helped us there. Let's just find a different route, and that would be quite useful. But I want to see Dracula. I want to see Frankenstein. Oh, go through there. Can't go through any of the others. Yeah, it's missing all the bits. 16-bit should be better than 8-bit, but this is one person working on their own. N.Chinnery. Whether he did a more advanced version of this, I don't know, but it's acceptable for £1. That's what I would say, but disappointing to look at it out of context, so let's not look at it out of context. The rooms all seem to be the same size. The original sort of like had different alleyways back when we fought. Can't go through a bookcase, as I said here, or through a grandfather clock, and that really added to the charm of the entire game. Yes, and that's about it, really. Oh, and the views will be about 10 minutes, but I think we've already seen enough of this, really. Why have we got a red dot? That's a bare minimum. I think, I don't know if you're a game creator, but when you first design a game, I think the thing you first work on is a character you're controlling around, isn't it? I'm sure that red dot was a placeholder, they meant to do something else. But anyway, it's a shame, because that moves okay, so the sounds are good as they are. It's a good start, but looks like a homework where they've run out of time. They needed another couple of weeks to perfect it. Yes, I don't like it that much. I'm glad it exists, but I've seen bad memories. Atic Atac for the win, the ZX Spectrum. If you own that, there's no real reason to play this. If you don't own it, well, you can play the Commodore 64 version, download that, or emulate the original Atic Atac, or indeed play Melchior's Mansion instead. Melchior's Mansion. I haven't played that for a while. That's a beauty, that game. Right. I don't think I'm going to clear the game. Well, anyway, we've got part of the key, didn't we? I found the red key to go through red doors. Food seems to regenerate a bit quick here. I want the chicken. I want the monsters. I want the different characters. I want the secret teleport through the wall, the bookcase, the wine barrel, and the grandfather clock. I want other objects to pick up to keep me entertained. I want the different graphics of the basement, so none of those things are there. That's what made the game exciting in the first place. Odd, strange items that you didn't know what they were, which conjured up the imagination in a kid's brain. But like that showed the trapdoor. Yes, and there are a few trapdoors in this, I can tell thee. Good. Thank you to the subscribers there. There we go. Thank you very much. Is this the first time you've seen this game? Be honest, let me know. Did you actually buy it like me, expecting something a bit more? It's something you'd find in the back of the magazines, like public domain. There'd be a big long list of stuff, no screenshots at all. So you went by the name alone. And when I saw the word Atic Atac, there's no real copyright, I don't think, back then. Ultimate Play the game couldn't really stop it, so it probably sold through the name alone. Should have called it Mini Atic Atac or something like that. Is that my character dead? Oh, we've got one life? No, we did. Yeah, so get out that exit once you collect the free keys. So, hope you like looking at that video. NPC Soft, but by N.Chinnery in 1991. It's Atic Atac, a public domain game, not licensed by Ultimate Play the game, as far as I'm aware. Did the original game in 1983. Okay, but loads and loads and loads of stuff missing. Stick to the original 8-bit for the most fun. Okay, so that was Atic Atac, as I say. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro or Commodore Amiga, put that in the comment section below. I love reading your comments. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
I want the chicken, I want the monsters, I want the different characters, I want the secret teleport through the wall, the bookcase, the wine barrel, and the grandfather clock. I want other objects to pick up to keep me entertained. I want the different graphics of the basement.